And welcome to the post-game show. I am the coach, Dick Cox, joined by Carlos Smith. Carlos, I can sum up in three words. I'm in shock right now. This is a team the Hornets are supposed to take care of at home. They were doing that. 23-point lead, doing that, and just I don't know what it is. I'm just baffled right now. I know we're at this point right now. We're 13 games into the season right now, but this team has blown two 23-point leads and a 15-point lead, and in their last two games have blown a 15 and 23-point lead. I don't know. Something's not right.
Yeah, it was really disappointing, and it's very unfortunate. It's not that the teams are playing better. It's just something you have to do the small things, like the fundamentals of boxing out and rebounding, defending, and doing the simple things, and everything will take care of yourself. But second time, 2 games back-to-back where they just didn't box out, and it led to big shots that pretty much changed the game for them.
Our viewers are not going to like me because the coach in me is coming out right now, and I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to be honest right now. First of all, this team at this point has absolutely zero chemistry, that there is no chemistry. That was a strong point on that team last year, was they had great chemistry. This team has no chemistry. This team right now is not playing together and is not doing the little things. Like you mentioned, a couple of times right there, this is 2 straight games, a non-block out in the final minute of the game cost them a ball game. It cost them a game at the buzzer when Gerald Henderson, lack of effort, no block out in the game in Indiana, cost them the game. And then you got a 2-point lead, I think it was, or no, tie ball game, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Tie ball game, missed both free throws, no block out on a free throw put back, gives them the lead. They never look back, though. And there is absolutely, with the game on the line, no excuse for a missed assignment block out with the game on the line.
Absolutely, and that's something they teach you in middle school and even younger than that, just to box out. It's some fundamentals, like I said, and also it's one thing coaches can't coach, and that's efforts. And it looked like those guys got a little bit lazy at the end of the game, thinking they were up, had a big lead, and they thought they pretty much had it wrapped up, but Magic, they kept fighting and scratching and clawing, and they got back into the game, and the guys just gave up at the end, and that's why they lost the game tonight.
Well, I mean, everybody looked at this team and said, oh, we went out, we got Stevenson, we made the playoffs last year, we're going to be a top 4 team. And I even thought that too. But it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Right now, I would love to have Josh McRoberts brought back now, because this was a guy last year that brought chemistry, that brought heart to this team, and brought leadership to this team. And I'm not seeing that. You mentioned it, game on the line out here too, and we see the guys that look like their heads are hanging, no enthusiasm, nobody trying to get a stop. I know it's crushing when you blow the lead, but, somebody's got to step up. Somebody at this point, it's early in the year, but we can't keep saying, in December and January, it's early in the year. We're 13 games in the season, and we're not getting it done.
Absolutely, and it's like you said, something's just not right with the team right now. It's still early in the season. They got time to figure it out, but whatever it is, they need to get it going and trying to get a solid group to click together and just get it together, because right now it's looking like they don't know what they're doing sometimes, and just not playing together right, and it's kind of frustrating to watch them when they're giving up. And it was like guys walking around with their heads hanging, but still a long way to go. So hopefully they can figure something out to just gel together and string some wins together.
And it's not the coaching staff, because this is an excellent coaching staff right here. It's time for the players, and I'm saying this right now, and I'm calling it out. It's time for the players to man up right now, because you got one of your toughest home stretches of the whole year coming up right now. You've got the Clippers coming in Monday. You've got the Portland Trail Blazers, who overcame a 23-point deficit at their home to win, and you got Golden State. You got 3 teams that are licking their chops to kick your butt on your home floor right now. It's time to man up and find out what this team's made of.
Yes, it is, and like you said, I'm not sure if they'll be able to have a 20-point lead on the few teams that's coming in next week, because those guys have a lot of talent. But like we said, again, it comes back to effort. I just want to see these guys play hard, and if they get a lead, just try to maintain it, keep going, and try to get to the free throw line as well, because these guys got to the line 32 times compared to 15 times, so there's a big difference. So I think they need to try to be more aggressive as well and get to the line, and that'll help get these guys in a better flow for the game.
Again, I'm putting it back on the players right now. You give up 41 points to an inferior team. Orlando Magic is one of the worst teams. They have got no big stars on their team. One of the worst teams in the NBA comes in and outscores you 41-21 on your home floor. There's no excuse for that. It's time to man up and find out what kind of hearts you've got, Hornets. You've got the fans here that are supporting you, that are coming out in a big-time way. More tickets have been sold, and this team is not getting it done right now, though. It's time for them to go home and look in the mirror and man it up right now. And, again, I'm saying that from 27 years of coaching experience. You got to look in the mirror, guys. It's time for you to man up before you let this thing get away from you.
Yes, sir, it is, because it's very disappointing, kind of disheartening when you see these guys lackadaisical out here at times and just not doing the simple things that you need to do to win ball games. And hopefully these guys go back to the drawing board and figure something out, but can't put all of it on the coach because, like we've been saying, it's all about effort. And in the fourth quarter, it just looked like these guys didn't want it because 41-21 in the fourth quarter, so that pretty much shows you who really wanted to win the game.
It's HEART right there. And, again, I know from coaching 27 years, from playing the game, you have got to have heart. And right now, I'm questioning where the heart is right now. Because, again, I know you got some guys banged up. You're playing without some players right now, though. But, we got to find a lineup that wants to play together. And, my feeling is you lost who I thought was the heart and soul is no longer with this team. I wish we could get him back, but I don't think that's going to happen there, right, though. But this team has got to come together. The chemistry has got to start clicking, and they got to play together. It's like you've got 5 guys out there that are not on the same page, either on the offensive end or the defensive end. And we got to find a lineup that we can go with right now, too.
Yeah, and I don't know anything, but I'm pretty sure that once everybody gets healthy and they start playing together a little bit more, I'm pretty sure that before the trade deadline, it'll be some changes to just so they can see what they kind of need and what they don't need. And so they'll probably move some guys around and just try to add some pieces that help these guys gel together. And it would be nice to see McRoberts back. Maybe they could try to get him back, but not sure if that'll happen. But I'm pretty sure these guys, the Hornets will make some changes later on in the season just to see what they need and what they don't need.
18,126 tickets were sold tonight. 18,126 people plus hopefully 13, 14, 15 guys in the locker room in there go home disappointed and unhappy tonight. There's a lot of angry people. There's a lot of angry media. I think there's probably some angry coaches right now. How angry are the players?
Yeah, they should be upset because they had this game. All they had to do was just keep the foot on the pedal, but they just got so relaxed. And that's just something that you can't coach the effort. Once again, I think that's all it was, just effort at the end of the game. The Magic, they just wanted it more. And even you don't even have to be the most talented team a lot of times. And you're going to lose games, but you just want to see the effort. And Coach, I'm pretty sure he was really disappointed in how these guys came out at the end of the game. And it's very hurtful to see that when the guys don't play hard.
And, again, that's the thing right there. A lot of people think you can turn the light switch on and off, but you lose momentum, you can't flip that switch back on. It's not like you can turn it on and off and go from there, though. And that's the thing that, we were sitting there talking about at the end of the third quarter, and even Coach mentioned that in the post-game comments there, how they got it back within, and I say they, Orlando, back within striking distance at the end of the third quarter to where they had hope. And once you get back and you give a team hope going in the fourth quarter, you open the door, you let a team hang around long enough, they got a chance to win. And then in the fourth quarter, the pucker factor came in, where the Hornets saw another one slip sliding away. Then that's when you start to pucker up and those shots don't fall.
Absolutely. And like the coaches want to do, when you're up by a lot, all the teams just try to get it down to a lead with, say, let's get it to 20, then 15. And then with 7 minutes left, they were down by 10, so they were just in range to just get back into the game. So basketball is a game of runs, and your lead can be gone in 2 minutes. It's just so quick. So those guys got in striking distance, and after that, they just clawed back and then came out on top.
Again, there's no need for me to even read the stat sheet tonight. Pretty much the only stat that people need to know was the Hornets blew a 23-point lead and lost tonight at home 105-100 to the 6-8 Orlando Magic.
Yes, just lack of effort, very disappointing. Hopefully these guys will just go back to the drawing board and just start practicing, do the simple things first, and everything else should take care of itself.
It's gut check time. come Monday, if the Clippers come to town, we'll be in here to see who mans up and, again, who lays it on the line. Or is this team going to come out and just go through the motions, or are they going to come back with a little bit of pride for the city of Charlotte and lay it on the line?
I hope so, because if these guys come out like they did in the fourth quarter against the next 3 teams, they probably will lose by at least 15 to 20 points. So hopefully they will get it together, because these next stretch of games won't be no joke for them.
And you got to throw in, too, along with the other games, too. I think we got Miami and Atlanta, 2 other teams to throw in with those others right there. That is the potential for a losing streak.
It sure is. So hopefully these guys will figure something out, because it's going to be tough for them. So they've already lost a couple of games already. So hopefully they can just try to string together a couple of wins and gain some momentum and get the chemistry together.
Being honest, being real, being gone. That's going to do it tonight for Time Warner Arena. For Carlos Smith, I'm the coach, Dick Cox. Again, your final score tonight was the Orlando Magic 105, the Charlotte Hornets 100. We'll see if they can bounce back on Monday night. Until then, have a good weekend, everybody.